Great coffee today from the Jackson Coffee Company. Breakfast blend today. Back to school, back to Jackson Coffee Company. Thank you, Jackson Coffee Company, for great coffee. Plus, they have great snacks and treats, baked goods from Grand River Bakery, including the awesome cinnamon roll, cookies, brownies, scones, and more. Plus, visit their sister location, the Jackson Candy and Fudge Factory on the corner of East Michigan and Elm. They make their own fudge, caramel corn, and so much more. We have great food today from Suburban Lanes. Suburban Lanes has a new outdoor patio, which is super awesome. And indoors or out, you can enjoy their great pizza, sandwiches. They have the hot beef, which is out of this world. They've got an extensive Mexican menu and tons of appetizers and sides. Great place to gather the whole crew and enjoy great food, a great time at Suburban Lanes. And while you're there, why not bowl a game or two? This looks like it looks like a Philly cheesesteak, but I'm not sure what the name is at Suburban Lanes. But this is the hot beef sandwich, which they roast their own beef for hours and hours with white bread, mashed potatoes, and brown gravy. Fantastic. It's my favorite thing on their menu. Thank you to Suburban Lanes. Our first guest on the show today on the first day of school is Jackson Public Schools Superintendent Jeff Beal. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Happy first day of school.
Thank you, and I'm just glad to have a first day of school.
Because last year we had that big fire on North Street and it canceled school.
It did. Remember, I mean, these are the things that you go, oh my gosh, 365 days later. But yeah, a year ago, the fire over there on North Street, and the CDC and whatnot came in and said, hey, we don't know about the ash that fell all over, and so they had to test all that, and we're days waiting for the results. So changed the start of the school year. But today was the buses were rolling, and a lot of good things going on. Kids got picked up. Kids came to school. I was able to get to Parkside and Jackson High and Sharp Park and John R. Lewis and Cascades. I'll get to the rest of them tomorrow. There's only so much time you could do in a half day of school, but it's a blast. The kids were having good. And then senior sunrise, you saw our seniors there on screen. They were back together. That was pretty good. There you go. The seniors back to school. Last first day of school for those kids. And I got my daughters out there somewhere.
She's probably standing in the back. Superintendent's daughter.
I'm sure that's not Maya. But no, it's fun. We're really thrilled with what's going on, and we've got some new faces. We've got some familiar faces and new assignments. It's a nice opportunity to meet some of our staff. So what a really good morning it has been out there. A lot of good positive energy in the world, and so it's one of my favorite times of the year. We go through all summer, we prepare, and then all of a sudden you get the kids back, and it feels good. So,
yeah, and really great weather for the first day of school, and a nice cool morning, and students in many of the buildings are being welcomed back to some new things, and obviously super shiny floors, which is of course something that happens all summer long at schools.
I tip my hat. I say thank you to our custodial crew, to our building and grounds crew, all the work that they do. No, without a doubt, it's wonderful to be back. We should, though, take a second, if you don't mind, kind of run through kind of some of those new principals that we've got out there. I know we've talked a little bit about it. So Alicia Curtis is back with us. She was a longtime teacher with us. Also did some assistant principal work for us up at Jackson High. And then, she really wanted to be an elementary principal, so she stepped out for a year and then came back, and she took over for Jill Weatherwax down at John R. Lewis, and I was able to go visit there, and she's got some new staff down there. She's got the building is looking fabulous. So if you haven't been into there, or if you're not sure where your children should go to school, I hope you take a peek, go down and visit with Miss Curtis. she will be happy to show you the building and really talk about the programming that they run at John R. Lewis Elementary. Just super happy with that. Over at Cascades, I had a couple pictures from Cascades. You got Willie Lewis. He was the former principal at Jackson High, Jackson Pathways, and then Destiny Davis, and she was the former assistant principal at Parkside, and we moved her over there. She really wants to be an elementary principal, and so this is going to give her a great opportunity, get some of that experience, get some of that feeling for elementary education, get that under her belt, and those two are going to be a dynamic duo. What a blessing it is to have two power principals handling Cascades Elementary School. You know, the newest elementary in JPS. Just fabulous. You know, over at Northeast, Heather Swanenpool is over there. She took over as an assistant principal in that location, and we're thrilled to have her join Sandy Martin. So good stuff that way. And then up at Jackson High, you know, we brought in Clifton Foster from SCMV. He was the Dean of Students Assistant Principal over at SCMV, and he came over to backfill Willie Lewis's position, so that felt good. And then we pulled one of our favorite PE teachers out of the classroom. He was an administration certified teacher, wanted to move into administration, and so over at Parkside, you know, it's nice to be able to give our folks some, you know, a leg up and be able to say welcome aboard.
Yeah, and one more of the elementary schools got a new principal at JPS Montessori.
Oh yeah, Bradley Jane. I should have said.
And I owe Bradley Jane a note, because Bradley sent me a note a couple of weeks ago and invited me to come and hang out on the first day of school. Well, I wasn't able to with our shows, but we will make a time that we can come visit you, Bradley, at JPS Montessori, because we appreciated the invitation and we will accept a little bit later this fall.
Yeah, and Bradley came out of, he actually had done an interview for John R. Lewis and was awesome. I mean, this guy just hit it out of the park. And Alicia Curtis came in, and of course she's got experience, and so she sounded like a principal and so Bradley went over to Montessori, and he's like, I got all this energy, I got all these ideas, and the staff have wrapped their arms around him, and he's got a lot going on. What a great partnership we've got with the Felician Sisters. And if you want to see a lot of energy, you want to see a lot of really fun stuff happening, again, go visit that building. If you're looking for something different, if you're not sure what you want for your child with regards to public education, go see what Bradley's got going on in Montessori education over there for your elementary student. I think you'll be thrilled, and he's going to do a fabulous job for us.
All right, I want to make sure we didn't miss anyone. So Willie Lewis moves from Pathways to Cascades. Who takes over for Willie at
Clifton
Pathways?
Foster.
Oh, Clifton Foster.
Yep.
And then who's new at Parkside?
Steve Chapman.
Steve Chapman.
Yep.
Okay.
Steve Chapman came on, and again, he's not new to Parkside. He was one of our PE teachers forever. He's fabulous. Loved him as a PE teacher, but he's had his admin cert, and he's filled in several times as kind of teacher in charge, that building administrator when no one else is available. So he's got lots of experience in the role, and now obviously with Destiny coming out, that gives Steve a chance to jump into the middle there.
I wanted to just make a quick mention. Last week we took a tour of the new Jackson County Intermediate School District Central Campus, the former Frost School. And in the tour, I mentioned to Kevin, wow, this is an awesome idea you came up with to do this. And he said, no, it was not my idea. He said it was Jeff Beal. Jeff came to us and said, hey, we're going to have to spend more than $1 million to tear that down. I know you need stuff, space, centralized location. I'll sell you the building for $1, and then you can renovate it. And he said, it might work.
That's how ideas start, as we sit down and I remember that conversation. I remember that day because, they're coming to me going, hey, Jeff, we're going to build the pool. Remember, this is one of our first projects out of the gate, and we get all the bids in, and we're $1 million over budget on like one of the first projects. And I'm going, we put allowances for each project in the budget, and I go, and I can't be $1 million in the red to get us out of the inning, in this bond, that'll set the tone. And we're going to finish the bond about 500,000 better than budget. So we get to do some of those extras that we were working on. And so we looked at it, and he's right. There's $1 million in the budget set aside for tearing down Frost. And rather than destroying something with $1 million, let's repurpose that $1 million towards the pool. Kevin, you can have the building for $1. And everybody's going, well, Jeff, $1? I'm going, it's not $1. That's $1 million. And everybody needs to understand that that's how we got the pool built, and that's how we stayed under budget at the pool to allow us to really set the tone for the rest of the projects. And because when you finish the pool and we're a little bit under budget, well, you take that little bit that's under budget and you can merge it into the rest of them, and you kind of just do that along the way until you get to the end. And like I said, you get to the end and we're $500,000 under budget, and you can go, okay, what didn't we do back here, or what were some of those options that we really need to go back and revisit? And so that's how we really manage a multi-year, $90+ million construction project. So
yeah, win-win.
And he has built a wonderful facility. It serves a lot of kids, and they're full to the brim. So what a windfall, I think, for them, as far as the ability to provide services in a way that I don't think they could do before. And I think Kevin, again, I start talking about it and he starts talking about it, and then all of a sudden these ideas morph into something absolutely great. So
yeah, it's awesome what they've done over there.
If you drive by that corner and go, okay, what does that spot look like today, and what did that spot look like 10 years ago? And it's not even close, right? It's 100% transformed. It just, again, building up Jackson, making Jackson a beautiful place to be.
Absolutely. All right, it's not just back to school, but back to school sports, fall sports. Well, actually, they're all underway, and we've got stuff going on today. No, not today, tomorrow.
Yep, golf and swimming and volleyball tomorrow. There's Saturday events for volleyball. It's without a doubt some back to school time. Fall sports is in full swing. Here we go, right? And it's a fun time. Come out and support us. Come out and watch our kids, and take a look at the facilities. We've had some guests in the facilities, some tours going on lately, and people are always amazed at when they come in and you don't realize the gem you've got here. They don't realize what we've got going on in Jackson, and it'll blow you away. So take some time, come down and see us. We'd love to be able to show off what we've got going on at Jackson.
Awesome. And JTV Sports will be live at Jackson High for week 2 of football, so tune in for that. Thanks for coming in today, and to everyone at JPS, everyone back to school today. Have a great year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. JPS Superintendent Jeff Beal. Next, we'll check in with the Pediatrics Department at Henry Ford Jackson. We have Dr. Jolene Ellis and nurse practitioner Libby Cross.